My name is Alan Reminick. I'm president of a company called Blue Apple Trends, a Kansas City-based company. We've been around for about 15 years. And we've been doing mathematical forecasting work for very large agricultural and commodities firms throughout the United States and the world, and giving them a competitive advantage using tools that we invented to figure out the future cycles in the market.
Alan, I have a couple of questions for you. First, how did you develop this knowledge?
There was a man back in the 1980s who was teaching seminars called Dr. Jerome Boehmring. Many people have heard of him. And he was an expert on W.D. Gann's work. And Gann, of course, lived in the early 1900s. And many people think they understood Gann, but Gann was not.
W.D. Gann was born June 6, 1878, to a Texas cotton farmer. In 1903, he moved to New York City and went to work on Wall Street. He spent the next 10 years studying mathematics, geometry, and dozens of ancient systems. He discovered what he called the law of vibration, and then began to predict, with unheard of accuracy, the highs and lows of the markets. Gann warned of the coming 1929 crash, but his warnings fell on deaf ears. Using his methods during the Depression years, Gann made a fortune. Years later, Dr. Jerome Boehmring deciphered Gann's methodology and turned $100,000 into $2.7 million in 1 year. Dr. Boehmring went on to teach what he discovered and described Alan Reminick as one of his most brilliant students. Alan is a scholar and professor of advanced mathematics. He and his team at Blue Apple Trends apply their proprietary algorithms to predict market highs and lows with enormous accuracy.
Gann and Boehmring both had a very clear understanding of how history repeats itself. What they added to the story was very precise measurements of how long it will take for particular market moves to occur and how large those market moves would be based upon measurements of market moves in the past, percentage change, the number of points, the number of days, weeks, months. And then, once they know that, they're able to use this measurement capacity to predict what will happen in the future because similar patterns occurred in the past. The chart you're looking at is an overlay of the U.S. 30-year Treasury bond futures market and the COMEX gold futures market on a daily basis. Each bar is 1 day, and it's going back about a year. And what you see is that the two markets are literally doing the same ups and the same downs at the same time. If you could find the correct chunk of time in the past that is repeating now, you can see the future. The chart you're looking at now is an overlay of 2 cycles of soybeans. One chart is about a year of data from 1993, and the other chart, which is, by the way, 24 years earlier than where we are right now in 2017, and the other one is 24 years earlier than that in 1969. You'll notice that the 2 charts are very, very similar, and they lay on top of each other and cohere extremely well. At Blue Apple Trends, we've created proprietary software which gives us a tremendous advantage in terms of, number one, utilizing the material that Boehmring and Gann were able to put together, and also to verify and validate our theories prior to giving advice to anybody else about what might happen.
Why are you sharing this knowledge with clients? Why aren't you keeping it to yourself?
In the tradition that these men, Gann and Boehmring, were in, they all believed that if you have knowledge, it's a gift that you've been receiving. You have an obligation to pass that knowledge on to those who are interested.
What's the next step to introduce this to my company?
We'll come in and do a free consultation. We'll help you custom design the program to suit your needs in the markets that you need, the hedging strategies that you need to help you improve your profitability, and make your life a lot easier